Hello everyone. This video is to give you a brief overview of this course in 456, Informatics Quality and Safety. I suggest you to always look at the left toolbar, which also serves as table of content. After you log into the Blackboard to this course, the first page you will see is always the announcement. You will find every information that you need from this left toolbar. This left toolbar has 4 different groups. The first group is also the most important group, which includes all the frequently used information that you need. Let's take a look at this course overview. You will find my self-introduction, course syllabus and schedule, rubrics, FAQ, and hardware and software requirement. Let's take a look at this course syllabus. It's in a Google document. It's up to you to save it to your local computer. Just click either make a copy or download as. Let's take an overview of this course syllabus. You will find my contact information, especially my email. I suggest you to copy and paste this email address to your address bar when you need to write an email to me. I don't suggest you to directly use the email function in the Blackboard because it's difficult for me to reply you through that email. Please pay close attention to any red words. And I like to spend some time to describe this evaluation. We'll notice that the percentage of grades increase with time goes by, which means in the beginning, if your grades is not that high, which is fine, you can learn from my feedback and the percentage of the grade is not that high. The same applies to the journal and the workaround paper, which is the final paper. Another thing I like to highlight is the late assignment. I highly encourage you to submit all the assignment before the due date. If for some reason you have to submit it late, please let me know prior to the due date. Otherwise, there will be some penalty. Please also avoid plagiarism. Here's a definition of the plagiarism. All right, let's take a look at the course schedule, which is also in the Google Doc. So if there is any change, I will let you know in the course announcement. Please notice that the initial due date for any discussion is always a Wednesday, and your response to others is always a Sunday. I hope this makes things easier for you to remember. I open up all the course modules for you. For example, if within this time range you have more time, you may start working on the assignment that is due for next learning module. For example, in this last learning module, you are required to make a PowerPoint and then upload to online video. If this is too difficult for you, you may want to start it earlier. So I write this due date much earlier for you to start to prepare for that, including your final paper. You may start to think about your final paper much earlier. Do not start to think about your paper in the last week. Here's a rubric. You will have 3 different types of assignment: the discussion board, journal, and the paper. When working on these 3 different assignments, the first, you will need to follow the instruction. The second, you must take a look at the rubric. Especially, I suggest you to follow this column, which means excellent. For example, if you want to get a full grade, you will want to reply 3 of your peers within 3 different days. All right, let's take a look at this learning module. All these learning modules will be open to you. For example, let's take a look at this one. These are the learning objectives, the due date, which is the same as the course syllabus, and the readings, including the readings from the textbook, and some videos, and some online free materials for you. And then these are what you need to write. These are the discussion background. You will need to answer these 3 different discussion questions for this learning module. I suggest you to write up your answer in a Word document using APA format, and then copy and paste it to the discussion forum. Here is a discussion forum. It's under discussion. Because you are in the learning module 2, and then you click this title, you will need to create a thread, because if you do not write up anything, you cannot see other people's. You create a thread, and then copy and paste what you have written in a Word document to this discussion board. Do not attach it as an attachment, because your readers cannot read what you have written directly if you use attachment. And then type a subject. You may type a title of your discussion, and then hit submit. So this one, this icon is very important for you. It's an eraser. It's to remove the formatting. Sometimes people may have some funny background or different fonts. You will want to highlight everything that you want to format. For example, if I type something, but if they have totally different background or different size, different font, you want to highlight all of them and then click this icon, and it will become clean. And then hit submit. All right, let's move on to the next group. It's about communication. First is ask a question. You may understand this from other courses already. So I have some different requirement for you. Because this is a totally online course, sometimes communication can be very difficult because we communicate each other only based on the writing at different time. I do not see you and I do not see your visual cue. So we can totally misunderstand each other only by writing. So when writing the question to me, this is a description of the question. I also require you to write a background. This is specifically about what makes you feel confused. What information makes you think you quite don't understand what I mean? And you may already have a possible answer to the question you've asked. And please tell me that possible answer, because you might not quite agree with that answer, so that makes you feel confused and you want to ask me. And this background information is very important for me to understand you. And again, this is a public place. If you prefer to ask me in a private way, please feel free to email me. And also there are some rules for emailing me, because sometimes you would like to initiate any new email without any background information. I suggest you first use a very clear subject for your email. Use like course number and which assignment you are talking about. Because I usually teach more than one course. If you only write something like title or paper, I don't know which course you are talking about. So you use a very clear subject will help me to understand which course and which content you are asking. And the second is that try to follow up with the previous email you have write to me, which means I hope the email you are writing to me include the information that about our communication, previous communication, which will help me to understand the background of your question. Do not always start a new email, which will be very difficult for me to retrieve the background information. And if for some reason we need to talk, we can use this online meeting link. I assume most of you already use this link with me. Just click this link, and then if it's the first time you will need to install a very small application, then we can see each other online and share each other's computer screen. So we are totally on the same page when we communicate. And for this assignment, there is an introduction video for this assignment. I think all these assignments are pretty much self-explained, but if you still feel confused, then you can take a closer look. It's less than 3 minutes. Let's go to the third group. These are the resources that will be very helpful for your learning. And I think your tuition already paid for these resources. So I suggest you to take advantage of these resources for your learning. The rest is a tool. All right, this is the end of the orientation. I hope this video is helpful for you.